Actually, in your project, they are using a number of data sets. I used CSI data sets here. So, federated learning with intrusion detection data set. That is a 30% code which you asked me. So, these are all the packages. The first five cell will be considered with the packages. Okay. Without packages, we can't able to implement a project. For example, sklearn metrics will help you to classify the data sets in federated learning. We are using more number of machine learning classifier algorithm. For that the reason this sklearn metrics will be used. Matplotlib and pyplot will help you to plot the graph visualization part, and model pickle will help you to create a train modules. Okay, and seaborn also help you to give a graph based output, and numpy and panda will help you to read the dataset in csv file format. So in this we are using CSV file dataset. So we are reading, we are importing the dataset as an input, and we are splitting the data into three parts. Because on federated learning, three client 1, client 2, client 3, on that basis, we are separating the data. Once we divided and the second part. So then I am applying smooth analysis. So it will help to classify the imbalance classes in the dataset. So that the reason I am using smooth analyzer here. And then I am categorizing the dataset like whatever the labels will be available over here, and whatever the length of packets, because these are all the, you can see here, these are all the parameters: flow, duration, total, forward of packets. So these are all the parameters. On that, how many attacks are available, like beginner, bot. So these are all DOS attacks. So these are all the types of attacks, and in overall, whether it is null or on that basis we are processing over here. And then I am applying isolation forest as an isolation forest, because on federated learning we have to classify the dataset also. For that the reason we are doing isolated forest as a machine learning classifier. Here I am using machine learning classifier algorithm like svm, cat boost classifier, and another one will be isolated forest. So then I am splitting the data into edge 1, edge 2, edge 3, on that basis, like client 1, client 2. On that basis I am splitting the data set, because I have, whenever I am using a data set, that data need to be converted into training and testing. Okay, so I am splitting the data and I am applying the ML classification algorithm over there, and I am converting this pickle, that is a trained model. So for first time I am using the data set by using cat boost algorithm. For that the training is on process. After training I am calculating the class confusion matrix, and this is the classification report, precision recall f measure score, and this will be the confusion matrix. On the same basis for svm I'm using. For svm also the same outputs I'm getting, like first the training will be on process. After training I can calculate a machine learning classifier like classification report and confusion matrix. On the same basis, similarly for the virtual edge 2 machines, for that I am getting this for that I am applying, first will be the cat boost classifier. For that these are all the training part. After training, confusion matrix, classification report, coefficient matrix, and then I am applying svm for virtual machine 2. So on the same basis I am calculating. So these are all the outputs, and finally I am calculating overall normal edge for accuracy for normal edge and hyperparameter part. So I am getting above 95 for normal edge 2, and for hyperparameter tune I am getting about 96 percentage of the accuracy. And I am converting into a central server, because federated learning contain client as well as server. Edge 1, edge 2 will consider as a client, and central server will be on process. For that also I am applying bagging classifier as a algorithm. For that I am classifying the result and I am calculating the output. Finally I am comparing for accuracy part for edge device 1, edge device 2, and central server on the federated learning part. So here which one getting higher accuracy will be considered as a central server will considering as a higher accuracy. And then finally I'm calculating federated parts. So I'm applying fednet over here, and I'm calculating over all the things, evaluation metrics, and I'm considering what will be the confusion matrix for this, predicting labels and true labels, everything I'm calculating and finalize the output over here.